Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Jay Speak. This week we answer questions. First question. The Celestion Heritage speakers are rated 15 ohms. Can I use it in the 16 ohm input? Yes, I believe that is the way they are supposed to be used. So yes, you can do that. If anyone knows differently and you want to correct me, please do so in the comments below. Otherwise, you should always mash up 2 ohm to 2 ohm, 4 to 4, 8 to 8, 16 to 16. There are times when you can do a safe mismatch, and Mesa is one of those amp manufacturers that doesn't necessarily promote it, but they explain it really well in their manuals. If you want to read more about that, I would definitely just download a Mesa manual and flip to the back, and they've got a bunch of little diagrams, and they talk all through what you can do. But obviously do that correctly, because if you don't, the ramifications of that are burning up your amp, and you don't want to do that. So make sure you know what you're doing with ohms, etc. Question 2. Which matches best with a Celestion V30? A creamback or a greenback? A lot of tried and true cabs do like the X pattern or top and bottom. I've seen some do left and right, but a lot of them will do the Celestion V30 and the greenback, and you kind of get that nice combination of sounds. I personally really like the creamback 65 and the V30. I have one of those in my orange cabs back there. That's one combination that I use frequently that I really like. I haven't used a greenback and a V30 in any of my 212s. I don't have any 412s right now. Honestly, I just kind of see no need. It is overkill. I would say in past I had a Mesa 412 and I tried that combination. It sounded pretty good. I also like V30s with black shadows, but I think it just comes down to preference and what you're actually pushing out. Depends on the wattage of your amp, you know, what you want to hear. And the reason for doing top and bottom is because you can get more highs or lows closest to your ear and where you actually want to hear them when you're playing the amp. So that matters when you change speakers out and you put them in specific slots. Make sure you're aware of that if you do any of that. But my personal opinion is I like the creamback and the V30 versus the greenback and the V30 in a 212. 412, different animal. Question 3 is related to these speakers too. Which did I find more ear piercing or harsh, etc.? How I would describe the 65 creamback and the V30? I think it really depends on if the speakers are broken in, because when they're not broken in, V30s are terrible. They don't sound quite right. Of course, you can mic them wrong. I've got my orange open back 212 is beautifully broken in. It's like the best I've ever heard Celestion V30s sound in anything. It's because that cab is real road worn. It's been used a lot. It's nice and broken in, and the speakers sound fantastic. Otherwise, V30s can be really harsh and produce a weird fizz, especially if you use them with some of the Mesas, because their Mesas are just a different preamp gain sound anyway, that the two together isn't a great combination when the speakers aren't broken in. Once they're broken in, they're amazing. So the 65 I didn't think was harsh. It's smoother sounding. It's warmer. The mids are different. I don't think the 65 mids cut as well as a V30. It's the same thing with the H75 creamback. For some distortion sounds, I really like the H75 versus the 65. Some of the clean stuff, I think that it can get kind of ice picky. The 75s versus the 65 together, I think for clean sounds, when you use both creambacks, they sound really good. The V30 I don't think matches up well with the H75, but I think it pairs well with the 65. Whether you're recording or you're in the room, those are kind of my feelings on those speakers, is that they all have different tonal qualities. The 75 is closer to the V30, and the 75 sounds good with the 65, and I think the 65 sounds better with the V30. And the trick with the V30s is just to make sure they're broken in. I know Avatar cabs used to sell like broken in V30s, and I never purchased one from them, a cab or a set of speakers, but I know they break them in for you. I know a lot of people that have had a lot of success doing that break-in process, and it worked really well for them. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.